Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist responding to somebody's negative comment by saying, "I don't want to be thin. I would choose to stay fat." We're also going to be taking a look at a few bonus clips, including one where somebody says, "Thin people get mad when they find out I'm married, especially when they find out how hot my wife is." So be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. She's going to be responding to this comment that reads, "You wish you were thin."
Yes, offense, but I don't want to be thin. I don't need to be thin. I'm happy, I'm content with the way that I look now, and that's a good thing. Because I have spent the last 20 years in therapy, baby. I have spent time learning to love myself, learning to look after myself, learning that who I am on the inside and who I am as a person.
Learning to look after oneself would also mean taking care of our physical body. And a good therapist, I would hope, would encourage you to take care of it, as well as your mental health.
Actually in ways that impact myself and others, has nothing to do with my size. And if all you can focus on is whether or not somebody is too big or too small for you, then you are the one with the problem.
They didn't say that. They said, "You wish you were thin." Not a very nice thing, but probably very accurate, which is why it hurts our feelings. You know what I mean? Like, the most accurate things sting the most.
Not me. It's so bizarre how so many thin people genuinely think that I wish that I looked like them.
Damn those thins. Skinny minis.
I don't. I like the way I look. I'm a hot bitch. I'm just a big bitch.
Okay. Whatever we gotta tell ourselves. And I'm not saying you are or aren't, by the way. That's not the purpose of this video or this channel.
There's more of me to be hot. Simple.
Do you really believe that? Is that why you're proclaiming it to the world? Because you really truly believe it? I've done some pretty insecure displays myself, so I know what those look like.
I like the way that I look. And I think everybody deserves to like the way they look. There is no better feeling than being able to look in the mirror and be like, who is that?
Who's that baddie? Like that one girl in the video that one time? I'm not trying to be mean, but pretending like we like what we see in the mirror is not the same as actually liking what we see in the mirror.
Who's that hot bitch? Look at that!
Yep, that's what secure people do. They go in the mirror and try to fluff themselves up with these BS niceties. "Oh wow, you sure are looking hot today, Cynical." Damn, who's that fine motherfucker in the mirror looking back at me with that dope-ass mustache? Oh, it's just me.
Come on, just let people be happy. Let people live. Stop being a nasty, sad little person in your house that wants to dictate how everybody else looks.
No. I will not stop doing that.
Because it doesn't fit your idea of what you should be.
My idea? You guys have the intrusive R as well? Oh my goodness.
You can be whatever you want, and if that's miserable, and if that's tearing people down, you can be that, then people are gonna call you out for it, and you're gonna live a really sad life.
You're the one that seems pretty upset right now, so.
And that's really sad for you, and I hope for better things for you, even though you're a bit of a cunt.
Okay, so you don't wish that you were thin. After people go on these long tirades, I like to just remind us all what the original comment actually said. You wish you were thin. The fact that you felt the need to explain yourself and be like, no, actually I love myself. I've been through therapy, I learned to accept myself, this, that, and the other thing, means that you don't. You care about stuff. Next. Now she's going to be responding to this comment that reads, "It's not fat phobia, it's caring for you. Hope this helps." That was very helpful, thank you.
I am yet to meet a single person that is fat phobic
Me too. I've never met anybody that's fat phobic. Oh, there's more. Oh, okay.
or has said something that's fat phobic towards me or someone else, so on and so forth, in the name of caring or helping, that can actually explain how it is caring.
Well, obesity is bad for you, so if somebody encourages you to stop being obese, that could be considered care. Of course, if people are mean to you, then they're probably not caring and they're probably not trying to help you. My life was in shambles until I got that one comment that was like, "Hey, you stupid fat moron, why don't you lose weight?" And then I decided to turn my whole life around. Thanks, Frank.
Because if you actually cared, you would probably understand that people are more than just thin or fat. Some people are just trying to survive.
Okay, so those people are neither thin nor fat. Okay, so they're mid-size?
Some people don't have access to the money needed to live a healthy lifestyle.
Well, you would imagine that they would starve then. You wouldn't imagine that they would be obese.
Some people eat what they can afford, and we all know that the cheap stuff is not the healthy stuff.
That's not true. I actually covered a video recently where a fat activist was complaining that a bag of corn chips was $7.29. And as I explained in that video, you could get a pound of cherries for that.
Or even a pound of ground beef in many stores.
The argument that healthy food is more expensive is complete bollocks. That's not true at all. And as I've explained countless times, one bite of real food is worth more than 10 bites of nonsense food. It doesn't matter how much of that nonsense food you eat, there is no nutrition in it, so it cannot impart any nutrition upon you. Instead of filling our stomachs to the stretching point with highly processed cheap food, let's just eat what we can afford of real food.
Some people have eating disorders. Some people have other mental health conditions that make focusing on, like, your physical appearance not necessarily the most important thing. Because, to be honest, if your choice is, do I want to live today or do I want to look pretty today, I'm gonna pick just the live, because...
Well, let's not end ourselves because we want to look pretty, though. We can want to look pretty, too. I want to look pretty.
If I don't pick that one, there's no use in being skinny if you're dead.
Why would you be deceased if you tried to lose weight? I don't recommend doing it that way. I recommend doing it in a sane and safe manner.
You know what I mean? No, just to clarify, that is not me saying that if you're skinny, you're gonna die. That's me saying that I would rather choose to be fat and alive than to be skinny and my mental health decline to the point where I'm not alive anymore.
Okay, so you've never seen anybody else successfully lose weight without completely destroying their mental health? That's weird. There's a whole world of people out there, including myself.
Just to clarify, because fat folks are stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you're dumb, but if you think you're gonna pass away just because you tried to lose weight, I mean...
But yes, saying things that are harmful and hurtful and just mean and fat-phobic in the name of caring, it doesn't make sense, because if you actually cared, you would view a fat person as a whole person.
No comment.
And you know what happens with people? When you say mean things to them, it usually hurts their feelings. And when you're mean to people, it actually doesn't do anything good. And
okay, well, what did this person say prior to this that was so fat-phobic and mean? Because I feel like we're missing part of the story. They're saying it's not fat phobia, it's caring for you. Hope this helps.
They usually cover this in primary school, but I do understand that not everybody has access to the same amount of education. Like, for example, I did, public primary school in Australia.
Okay, so we're all morons, and we're trying to do that appeal to authority thing. Your authority being your high school diploma. Maybe you guys didn't go to this little thing called high school like I did, plebs.
For all I know, you went to private primary school in Australia, and they didn't teach you that for some reason. They certainly didn't teach that at my private high school, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
So, I understand. Maybe no one taught you that being mean is bad.
Maybe nobody taught you that obesity is bad, so this person was trying to fill you in. I mean, I'm not saying they should.
But allow me. When you say mean things, fat-phobic or not, it negatively impacts the person. And if that's your goal, that means you are not a nice person and you need to work on that. And if that's not your goal, why are you doing it? Because as you can see, it's hurtful. It's not very nice. I think we should just let people live and exist and fight their battles and make it to the end of the day without just someone saying something negative because you think that their weight is more important than the other things that they're battling and managing in day-to-day life.
Alright, this tirade is very bizarre in response to this comment. You really gave us a whole novel in response to that very simple comment.
That's like a full-time, super demanding job, or maybe it's 5 kids, maybe... I had to cut myself off because that could have gone on forever.
Okay, what? You were making excuses for obesity? Having a job, having kids, I don't have time to take care of myself.
Their weight is more important than the other things that they're battling and managing in day-to-day life. Whether that's like a full-time, super demanding job, or maybe it's 5 kids, maybe...
Okay, so if we have a demanding job or children, then we don't have time to take care of ourselves. I have kids and I have a lot of obligations as well, and I'm not sitting here racking my brain about how to eat healthy. Oh, how are we gonna do it? I have so many kids and obligations. I don't have time to not eat a bunch of donuts and stuff that make me obese. It actually saves time to not be snacking on all this nonsense all the time. And since I have kids, I owe it to them to feed them healthily as well. So having 5 kids is not an excuse to not eat healthy. That's more of a reason that you do need to eat healthy, to set an example for those kids.
I had to cut myself off because that could have gone on forever. But moral of the story is, it is fat phobia. It's not caring, because caring behavior does not involve being horrible to somebody.
I don't think they were horrible. They just said it's not fat phobia, it's caring. Hope this helps.
Especially somebody that you don't know. You don't know me. Like, you don't know me. And yeah, I guess there was probably a third. There's probably a lot of things you learned in this video. Don't be a mean person.
There's probably a lot of things you learned in this video. Yeah, I learned not to go on a bitter tirade in response to a very short comment, because I'm really just letting the world know all of my issues.
Try to be a nice person. Don't aspire to be a mean person. Maybe your goal should be making a positive impact on the people around you and that you interact with, rather than leaving them with maybe a sad feeling of, oh, I'm not good enough, and that's stupid, because what business is it of yours? Like I said, let people live. Let people love themselves, regardless of what they look like.
I don't think that they're stopping you from doing that.
Because it is not your business.
Okay, so it is fat phobia? Let's get back to the question. Back to the original comment. They said it's not fat phobia, it's caring. Hope this helps. Next.
I tried on the things I got from Red Dolls and they didn't fit.
Damn it, Red Dolls.
I'm disappointed because I thought I was gonna get to have pretty things.
Okay, I'm not sure what the point of that video is. I guess to get sympathy from people. I see a lot of these videos lately where people are crying online for sympathy. It's honestly so bizarre, so weird. If we can't fit into clothing to the point where it's making us cry, maybe it's time to change our life. Next. Alright, this comment is responding to that crying video that she just made, and it says, normal skinny girls buy stuff and it doesn't fit. You send it back and reorder from somewhere else and find your fit. Heart. Okay, so she's encouraging her to order from somewhere else.
You know what? You're right. Skinny girls struggle too.
Okay, I guess you could respond that way.
Can you tell me what that's like?
Yeah, nobody's struggle is as bad as yours. If only there were something that could be done about it. Okay, so I guess the entire point of that video was for her to say, actually, my struggle as an obese person is way worse than yours. How dare you compare your thin struggles to mine? It's weird to say your struggle isn't as bad as mine when you're in a self-imposed situation, you know? Like, who are you complaining to? You know what I mean? I often have that question to a lot of fat activists when they're like, this sucks, this, and this sucks. I'm like, okay, who are you complaining to? Because the only one that can help you stop having to go through all those situations is... So I don't know why you're complaining to me for. Next. This is the same person, minus the makeup. Now she's going to be responding to this comment that says, damn, I was feeling bad for you in the original video, but not anymore. Someone literally just trying to be nice obviously should have chosen different words, but your response is not it.
Wow, Brittany, can you enlighten me on what you thought would be an appropriate response to that comment?
Well, the person was trying to make you feel better and say, this problem isn't unique to people living in a larger body. Skinny girls go through it too. Your response could have been like, oh, okay, thanks for the comforting words, my friend. Maybe a little heart emoji.
Like, I opened up the floor to let skinny women say how they felt about not being able to fit into clothes.
You opened the floor?
You know, something I can't speak of because I know nothing about. It's weird because it was kind of like a post that should have been already relatable. I didn't mention my weight. I didn't say whether the garments didn't fit because I was too big or too small.
If you're crying because you couldn't fit into the clothes and you're like, I just want to wear something pretty or whatever, one could assume it's because you're too large for the clothes, obviously. So you're trying to say the clothes were actually too baggy. You shouldn't have assumed they were too small just because I'm larger. Like, what weird-ass little game are we playing, dude?
Whether it was the cut of the garments or not, like, it was pretty relatable. I didn't say skinny girls don't
It was not relatable. I have better things to cry about.
experience this. I didn't say I only experience it because I'm obese. I just said I was upset because it didn't fit.
And the comment said, skinny people go through this too. You're getting butthurt that they assumed that your wardrobe malfunction was related to your weight.
And I wanted to have pretty things too. Do you think when skinny girls post that they're upset about how clothes don't fit, that hundreds of people tell them they don't deserve pretty things too?
Yikes, dude. Yikes. That person is so bitter that you can't have a positive interaction with them, even if you try. My advice, stop trying to be nice and encouraging to people that clearly can't take it. That's what I do. If I try to be nice to somebody and they're like, why did you assume that... I'm just like, all right, dude, I'm not talking to you anymore. Too old for this crap. Next. Weird things that have offended thin people. Okay, so just like TikTok Thins Tuesdays that we used to do, this is just going to be a bunch of projection. Not accepting food they've offered me. Okay. How many other cliches are we about to smash? Me walking slightly faster than them. Yeah, no. There's no way in hell you're walking faster than me, buddy. Finding out I'm happily married. It was a little bit annoying when you turned down that food that I offered you, and I'm getting really sick of you walking faster than me. Wait a minute, you're happily married? What the... Ah! No, you damn don't! How dare you be with somebody, you piece of garbage? You're supposed to be with me! When's Punchy gonna get a turn? Finding out I'm happily married to a woman they find attractive. She's hot? Dude, how hot? Okay, let me see. Calling myself handsome AF. Okay, so these are things that piss off thin people. Calling yourself handsome, it doesn't piss off thin people. They probably just feel bad for you. Like, sad, you know, like, oh my god, that's really sad. That's how I feel when I see somebody that's clearly very insecure going around proclaiming how hot they are. I'm just like, wow. Pretty much any form of fat joy or perceiving a fat person doing better than they are. Good old fat joy. One of my favorite things. And then he danced off screen. And he wrapped it up by mentioning fat joy, which is one of my favorite things. I keep hearing that phrase mentioned recently. I don't know what the hell that means. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Did that first person really not want to be thin? Did the second person overreact when that person tried to be encouraging? And are we all butthurt that that guy is married to a beautiful woman and experiencing fat joy? Leave a comment below. Happy Monday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.
No.